My name is Kylee Dore, and I'm from St. Martinville. Between the ages of 5 and 7, my mom was working at a bar, and she robbed it. After my mom got arrested, I stayed with my dad and my grandma and grandpa for a good little bit. When my mom first got out of jail, life was good for like that year. It was after that like life went downhill. She was staying out till like 3, 4 in the morning. And then it was whenever she overdosed on our couch, and I had to call my grandma because I didn't know what was going on with my mom. So I had to drag my mom by her shirt into the shower. Then my grandma had to come, and I thought that I was the problem and I was the reason why she was doing that, because it was always me. I was the one that got targeted, not my brother, so I always thought that it was my issue and my problem. The abuse was physical, mental. She screamed at me and told me that if I wasn't born, her life would have been a lot better and a lot easier, and she wishes she would have aborted me. I remember she rented out a room, and it was just a room with one bed in there, like a mattress, and I had to sleep on the floor, and it was just really hard on me. So I was like, can I just move in with Dad, because I was tired of going from school to school to school. So she let that happen. A couple of months later, she tried to pick me up from school. I just had a fit, I started kicking and screaming, and they brought me to the school counselor. So I told her about all the abuse, everything, and I was like, I don't want to stay with my mom. My grandpa gave my dad the money to get a lawyer, and after that, the lawyer told my mom that she had to pass a drug test, or other than that, she would have to do supervised visitations with me. And at that point, she just didn't show up. And then I went to my grandma's. That was whenever I really noticed my grandparents are raising me and not my actual parents, even though my dad was still living there. After my 6th grade year and me and my dad moved out my grandma's house, that's whenever my grandma got diagnosed with dementia, and she had a stroke. She was basically bedridden. And my dad took that really hard and started back on all the drugs and everything. Me and him got into it one night because he wanted me to drop out my junior year. He kicked me out of his house and told me that I could not go back unless I didn't want to go to school anymore. And that's whenever I moved in with my aunt. She's more like a mom to me than anything. Mainly after my grandma got sick, it was she stepped into that role of being a mom to me. And my nanny has always been my best friend, my biggest supporter, even though I know my aunt and them was always in my corner. It's she made it loud and proud that she was my biggest supporter and was always going to be there. My grandma passed July 25th of 2022. And it was the hardest was whenever I lost her. She was always there in my corner. I didn't think I was gonna graduate because I didn't have her to keep pushing me. And then I had to keep reminding myself that even though she's not here, I have to keep doing it for her. My grandma would be very proud of me right now. I would watch the news with my grandma growing up, and I would see it all the time. The pay it forward scholarship, I would see how it helped kids. And then my school counselor emailed me the application. And I was like, well, maybe I should just give it a shot. I mean, it would help me out a lot with college. I texted one of my best friends, and I was like, I'm about to go in for my interview. I'm scared. I'm freaking out. I'm I don't know what's gonna happen. And then whenever I came home, I was just sitting there all waiting, am I gonna get this? What? They said I'm supposed to get a phone call at 5 o'clock. It's 6 o'clock right now. I never got a phone call. Did I not get the scholarship or something? And then my phone rang, and then it was Mr. Armentor.
Hello, Kylee Dore, please.
He was telling me that I got the scholarship, and I literally started bawling out crying.
Congratulations, Kylee.
Thank you so much.
I don't know how to express how happy and grateful I am for the scholarship. It's seeing where he came from and how he is now is a big inspiration to me, because it just shows as long as you try your hardest, you can do it. Education is something that I need to have, and for him to be willing to give the money for that and to sit there and say, look, I had this bad life, so I want to help y'all go to college and try to make yourself better, is a big inspiration to me and makes me feel like I can do it. When I start at UL, my major is going to be psychology with the undergrad in social working. If there was anything I could tell my grandma now that I would tell her, is I would thank her for pushing me so hard and just thank her for being there. I would like to tell Glenn and the scholarship committee thank you for everything. I mean, not just a scholarship, but like listening to my story and just like trying to help the best way that y'all could. My name is Kylee Dore and I'm a winner of the Pay It Forward Scholarship.